I was pleased. I thought of Mrs. Jack and my garden in the country. I wanted to go back at once. I left the shop and began to walk quickly. On the corner of the street there was a beggar. He was old and very thin. His clothes were dirty. He had dirty hair and red eyes. He put out his hand. "Help me, lady," he said. "Help a poor old man." I knew his voice. I looked at him. It was my father. I wanted to run away. I wanted to go back to the country and forget my father forever. But I stood still. I felt sorry for him. "Father," I said. His old red eyes looked up. There were tears in them. He knew me. "It's you?" he said. "What happened to you, Father?" I asked. "You ran away," he said. "You left me. I was ill for a long time. I was lonely without you. I was a bad father, but you were always a good daughter. You worked hard. I took all your money and sometimes I hit you. I broke up your garden. Don't talk about it, Father," I said. "I wanted to buy whiskey," he said, "but I didn't have any money. My friends left me. They didn't want me anymore. Now I'm a lonely old man. I stand here and beg. Sometimes people give me a little money. I get a little food. I sold the furniture in the flat, but I kept your things for you." I thought again of my new life in the country. I felt all round me the sadness of the city. I took my father's arm. "Come on, Father," I said. "We're going home." There was not much furniture in the flat. There were dirty cups and plates in the kitchen. There was a bad smell of dirt and old food. I looked round sadly. My father saw my face. "Everything is dirty," he said. "I can't clean the flat. You made everything nice. I needed you here." I did not say anything. I went to my room. Everything was the same. I thought of my last night at home. It was a long time ago. I went back to my father. I began to clean the flat. The next day, I wrote a letter to Mrs. Jack. I told her everything. "I am sorry. I cannot work for you any more," I wrote. "I must stay here and look after my father." I began my old life once more. I took my old job again. I came home every evening and cooked for my father. I did not make my garden again. I felt too sad. My father was very different now. He did not drink anymore. He looked much older. He talked to me kindly. But he lived in the past. Sometimes he talked to my mother. But my mother was dead. She died a long time ago. One evening, somebody knocked on the door. I opened it. It was Mrs. Jack's son, Harry. He was holding a large bunch of flowers. They were flowers from my little garden in the country.
The picture sequence from the cinema has